Okay, take 365 or something like that. Hi, this is Winona from Dairy Barn Art, and welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, January 7th, 2024. Wow, I never thought I'd see 2024. I'm getting really old. But before I begin the video, I would like to thank Liz, the Wandering Stitcher on YouTube. If you don't know her, go watch her. She is amazing. She was with Antique Needleworkers before, and now they each have their own channel. And I just love Liz because she's so genuine, and she's always so happy and just genuine, honest person. You know, you don't see a lot of that in today's age. And before we begin, I also want to do some everyday gratitude. Now, I've screwed this up I don't know how many times, so I'm using a new program to me called Cinemaker, and it's free on the internet, and you can film from your iPad and your iPhone, and if you have a Mac computer, you can use that to kind of control everything. And I've never done that. I've always just filmed top to bottom, and I never filmed myself, so I keep forgetting to switch the camera back to me so you can see me talk rather than just see my gray mat. So let's hope that this is the take that works. Okay, we'll switch here. So I read it before I do my videos, and in life I do everyday gratitude. I think that it's a good way to live your life, to be grateful, and it's what I do. So today it's by Brian Swim and Thomas Berry, and it says, "Only by dealing with the difficulty does the creativity come forth." And then it asks you, what challenging situations have brought out the best in me? Well, I know myself. I've been through a lot. I've been through cancer, and man, I hurt myself all the time. I fell going up the stairs the other day and landed right on my knees on a lino. And, you know, it's just that. But I often find that as a wife, as a woman, as a mother, there's so many things you have to do every day that aren't creative, that sometimes you just got to get them done so that you can do your creative stuff. And I find it hard sometimes to be creative knowing that that's sitting there. That's how I feel anyway. So anyway, it's been 2 months since I've done a video. Life has been really busy, and it's just been crazy around here. But I did the Jingle Ball in December, and I tried to go into a few classes or sessions and stitching rooms, and if I could get in, I listened for a bit, but I thought it's more fun if you show yourself and you talk to the people. And I didn't feel comfortable because normally in the house I don't wear a wig and I don't put makeup on, and I didn't feel like I wanted to do that, but I did not want to show myself bald, you know, because I didn't get my hair back after chemo, so I always wear a wig when I go out, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to do the effort. So I sat and stitched. And then I went and shopped, and I shopped, and I shopped. I got a lot of stuff from the Jingle Ball, a lot of patterns. I live in Canada, so it all had to be digital. Nothing was shipped. And I didn't even realize there were free charts. Like, oh man, I could have got the free ones, but I didn't. It was too late. So I did that. And then I did a thing just to me. I started a hashtag, the 12, well, I think someone else may have started it, but it was the 12 starts of Stitchmas. And I started 12 projects. All of them I picked up at Keepsakes when I was down there in the summer, and it was fun, but it was exhausting. I was getting up early in the morning and stitching in the morning because I often, after supper, I'm too tired to do anything. And when I first started it, I was stitching quite a bit, and I found it hard because I didn't want to finish. I didn't want to stop some of the projects. I wanted to keep going, but I had to because I had to start a new one the next day. And that was what I found hard, but it was fun. I posted pictures on my Instagram account every day, and if you're interested, there's a link to my Instagram account in the description below. Now I've got those starts, and I can work on them, and a lot of them are on my Whipco board because I've decided to do Whipco. I saw a doctor, one of my doctors, in December. I get blood work done a couple of times a year, and I see this doctor, and my calcium level's been high for over a year, so she did some further testing, and my parathyroid hormone is high. which you think, okay, I'll go to the doctor and find out what's going on. And it's a 3-year wait to see the specialist. We have one specialist in Regina, and that's it. So it's a 3-year wait. That is crazy. I don't know what's going on with our government. Like, it's just crazy. But who knows? You know, the sad thing is a lot can happen in 3 years. Like, it's kind of scary. But anyway, I also hosted Christmas this year for my brother's family and my mom. And I think I'm better. I feel good. I feel really good, actually. But I'm still not ready to take on something like that. Thank goodness my sister-in-law was here, so my mom didn't have to do so much. Just before we were getting stuff ready, like mashing the potatoes and all that stuff, my feet were killing me, and I had to go sit in the recliner. I just had to. And then I didn't even want to go eat supper. And my sister-in-law says, you have to come and sit at the table with us. So I went and sat at the table and ate. And then I got up to start doing dishes. And then I just, between my stomach problems and my, because I can't eat big meals, and then my feet, I couldn't do it. I had to go sit down. And I sat down in the chair for a while. And then finally said that I had to go to bed. I said, I don't feel good. My feet hurt. I just got to go to bed. And I said, leave all the dishes. I'll do them in the morning. Don't worry about them. And I felt bad doing that, but I bet you I didn't even hit the pillow. My head didn't even hit the pillow, and I was fast asleep. It was crazy. My mom stayed with me after Christmas, and I have been wanting to move my paper crafting to the basement because it takes up a lot of space up here, and I haven't been doing it. So, and I also wanted to bring the sectional from the basement upstairs, so I had an area that I could lie down at night and watch TV or do whatever, because my husband just watches the news all the time, and I'm not that old enough. I'm not old enough to spend all my time watching the news. So it's been a job. It's been a job. I'm still not finished setting everything up upstairs, and I'm still not finished setting up downstairs. And when I was carrying some stuff up from the basement the other day, I don't know where my feet are all the time with this neuropathy, and I didn't lift my foot high enough, and I caught it on the runner of the stairs, and I fell forward onto the linoleum, just crashed and hit my knees. And so I wasn't feeling the greatest that day. And for over a week, I've been telling my mom, I got this huge bruise on my thigh. Where the heck did I get it from? I don't remember hitting anything that I got this bruise. Well, I fell all my weight on my knees. I didn't even get one bruise. Like, that's just crazy. But I finished a few quilts before we moved the quilting machine. A few Christmas quilts, because once I move the machine, I have to run a few tests to make sure everything's aligned again, and I haven't done that. But that'll happen here. I wasn't able to do a Christmas Day start because I had company, and my family is important to me. I wasn't able to do the 12 by 12 on New Year's Eve because, again, I had family and I wanted to be with my family. And then I didn't have a New Year's Day start because New Year's Day my mom made me work too. My mom's 85 years old, and she works me like crazy. I'm exhausted. I don't know how she does it. I think she finally, she went home because when I fell up the stairs, I think she realized I couldn't keep up anymore. So she went home so that I could rest. But we had a wonderful Christmas. We had a wonderful Christmas. I like these. I have a big family, and we kind of split up into our smaller families, and I really enjoy these Christmases because I'm really, people just suck all the energy out of me. I'm not good in big crowds. So it was really nice, and it was warm. It was in the plus digits outside, which we never see at Christmas. It's usually 20 below or 30 below with wind chills and everything, but it was beautiful. And now it's getting cold. I think by the next weekend it's supposed to be minus 30, and maybe even up to minus 40. So that's cold, because minus 40 in Celsius is the same as minus 40 in Fahrenheit. So all you Americans that don't know Celsius, when it gets to minus 40, you know that's cold, and that's where we're heading for. But this morning I was doing some cross stitching and some crocheting, and I was watching the Virginia Stitcher on YouTube. and she was doing a whip parade, and oh, she has so many beautiful whips. She's got a lot of them. It was 2.5 hours, I think. But you know what? I watched it and I loved every whip, and it was really strong willpower to not buy the patterns, buy the charts, because I have enough to stitch right now. I have enough, and it doesn't take long to get new charts. But here's my blast from the past, and it's kind of got a glare on it. I might have to hold it up. That's not bad. This is from a cross stitch magazine from the 80s. I stitched this in 1987, but I do believe it took me 3 years to complete, and then I had it framed. That was the first year that we lived on our farm, that we moved to the farm from the city. And I'm glad that I did it. It's kind of a commemorative. I wish I could find one for, I think it's 2005 or 2006 when we moved to this yard. But truthfully, I haven't really looked to see that. But anyway, that was the first cross stitch I ever did. This huge thing. And I often consider myself a quilter more than a cross stitcher. But I was cross stitching before I quilted. Like my youngest was 1 year old in '87. So it would have been about almost 2 years by the time I did this. But I wasn't quilting when he was that young. I was cross stitching, I guess. I was doing a bit of crochet back then too. Okay, I have a few FFOs, not all crochet, not all crochet. Here's one of them. This is Fall Feels by Teresa Kogut, and I'm going to switch cameras here and show you. I have a lot of glare because I have a lot of lights, but this is the chart, and it's one of her Patreon charts, and you can see here that it says feels. Well, I didn't really get that fall feels. I know what it means, like I know that, but it just didn't ring with me. So what I did is I just ran a thread at the edge of the pattern here, just to kind of give me a border, and I just stitched a few of the leaves here and there to fill that. And then I'm going to finish this. My mom and I were cleaning up some stuff that was in my basement, and there was a trunk down there with stuff from my grandma. My aunt used to own a furniture store, and Grandma used to get the upholstery straps, and back then they were huge. And there's quite a few that are like a velvet texture, so I think I'm going to finish this in a little pillow, and yeah, and with the orange velvet on the back. But that feels good to have be done. And then I've got a couple of quilts here, and I can't show you the whole quilt, but I will put a picture in the corner right there of it. But I just thought I would show you some of the quilting. I'll just switch cameras here. It's got fluff on from the cat. My mom's cat was here. And I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can zoom in here. Oh, there's a thread there. We use these quilts at Christmas. I haven't washed them yet. So here's a little light bulb, and then a gingerbread man and that. But I'll show you a picture. I'll show you a picture on the side after. And then I finished this quilt. And this is just rows of trees. And I'll switch it again. Hopefully you can see this better. It's hard to see the quilting in this light, and I'm going to zoom this camera out a bit so you can kind of see the whole pattern. So it's just these trees, blocks of these trees. It was very easy to put together. And then I think I used a variegated kind of gold thread on that to quilt it. Okay, my 12 starts of Stitchmas. So the first one I did is part of the garden club from Blackbird Designs. And I think I'll leave the camera down. I think I'll use my iPhone camera. Or can I put this off to the side? So here's the pattern, and we can zoom that in a bit. This is one I loved and I didn't want to put down, and I did get quite a bit done on it in that one day, but I made a mistake counting somewhere in here, I can't remember. So I have a fair amount that I have to take out. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit better. There we go. So I have a lot to do, but I've got this on my Whipco board. This is, I keep everything in my cross stitch journal, and this is number 22. So this is on my Whipco board, and it's number 13. So I'm using 32 counts Weeks Dye Works Cocoa is the fabric I'm using. Picked this up from 123 Stitch. And yeah, it's just beautiful. So the next one was Erica Michael's 12 Berries of Christmas, and I only have the one pattern, so I'm doing the number 1, and this is 23 in my book. So this is stitched on 36 count Weeks Dye Work Confederation Gray, and this is the one I'm stitching, but I can't really show you because you'll see the chart, but this is what I've got done so far. Just the top of the tree, and I don't know if that's a bird there or not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is, I can't remember, but I love this color. This is, oh, it's now just called gray, but it's a beautiful color. It's got a tint of green in it, but, and then I just use the For Floss. That's what I usually use, is the For Floss, unless I don't have what I need. And this will go in here, and if I didn't say it, it's number 14 on my Whipco board. So then we have Stitch Every Day, and I have to make some project bags, but in the meantime I'll keep them in here, and I have my little button made. Oh, I guess it's in the bag. I have my little button made, so when I make a bag I can put it in the bag, on the bag, so I know what's in the bag. Okay, let's see here. Here's the pattern, and it's made into a drum, but I think it's I'm not sure if I'll make it into a drum or if I'll just leave it like that. I kind of like it like that, and I'm stitching it on, oh, this is the wrong one, so this is number 28. I'm stitching it on 36 count Fortnite fabrics, and the color is Stately. And this is what, and I'm stitching it with the caul fibers. And I almost got the S done. This is another one that I love. I can't wait to get working at these again. I didn't do a lot of stitching other than these in December because I was just so busy with getting everything ready for Christmas. So number 4 for Christmas is the frog model, and I keep expecting to see a frog when I look at it, but it's frogging. It's, you know, pulling out your stitches when you make a mistake. And this pattern is by Annie B's Folk Art, and I love it. As ye sow, so shall ye rip. If you could see that. And these are the floss for it. It's all DMC because I, my own floss tags there. And this is what I got done. And this is on 36 count Atomic Ranch Tombstone. So I'm trying to get the border done on it, and then I'll work inside. A lot of these projects won't take a long time to finish. They're not really big projects, but you just have to invest the time in them. And this is my number 23 for Whipco. This is another one I love. This is the Traveling Stitcher by Little House Needleworks. And here's the pattern. It's made into a little traveling case, you know. Put your floss in there. There's place for needles. You can tuck your scissors in there. And I used the Call for Floss, and it looked like it's all classic Colorworks. I love this ladybug color. It is so cool. And this is and all this fabric I picked up at Keepsakes too. I picked up fat eighths of a whole bunch of fabrics, and that's what I'm using for most of these. So this is 36 count Grace Notes Twyla, and I went on to Grace Notes website and I ordered more of this because I just love this, and that's where I got so far. Some of them, you know, you just really get into it and they go so quickly. And this is number 16 on my Whipco board. Oh, gotta put the tag in there. When I'm done, when I'm finished, I have a jar that I put these tags in, and I can't wait to see how it fills up as I do things. It's kind of like a reward for doing something. So this is number 6. And this is, oh, I love this one. This one, what does it look like? Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, and Weeks Dye Works. It's got a combination, but look at the colors. They're just gorgeous. And here's the pattern. This is by the Scarlet House, and this is 27 in my book. And this is stitched on 16 or 36 count. I really like 36 count. I can stitch it with the magnifier. Look at that fabric, isn't that incredible? 36 count, Picture This Plus Heritage. Look at that queen's hair. That's kind of what I look like some days, is just when my hair just sticks out thin like that and wisps. But wonderful stitch. I wish I could just, when I'm into the cross stitch, I wish I could just stitch all day. But then I get sewing and quilting, and I wish I could just do that. And then I get making jewelry, and I wish that I could do that. I love crafting. I just love doing everything. This is Whipco number 18 on my board. Then I have Under a Quilt. And I love this. I didn't care for the color, the floss though, so I did order the Call for Floss. Here it is right here. And this is by Hands On Designs. It's an older pattern. Oops. I made a copy to work from. And this is the floss. I think I changed something out. I think I put purple in or something for the green. I didn't care for this neon green here. So I think I pulled it out if I remember right. And then this is what I got done. And I was using these pins as counting pins for myself. Because to count, oh, actually this goes this way. To count all this was hard. So I was using them as, I would put them, I think every 5 or 10 stitches apart to do that. And that is Under a Quilt is number 24 in my book. So, yeah, I don't have the green on there. What are they called for colors? So, Cranberry I'm using, Clockwork. Oh, I don't think I'm using Clockwork. Or Spring Grass. I'm not sure what I switched out, but if anyone's interested, they can just make a comment in the comments, and I'll tell them what ones I'm using. Because I know I did switch out some. I'm just not sure which ones they are right now. And this is on 36 count fiber on a whim, color happens. And they had a extra little piece hanging on, so they just gave that to me. And I could trim these up. I have a serger. I could trim these up, but I thought, you know what? They're not that big to stitch on. I'll trim them when I'm done. I don't know. Am I making little cushions? Am I framing things? Am I making flat projects? I don't know. So it's best to leave it. And that was my Whipco number 15. And I finally worked on something Christmassy. And it's Christmas. So I've decided I'm not doing the whole piece together. I'm just taking little pieces here and there, and I'm going to make little cushions out of them. So this was stitched on, I think I got this fabric at Hobby Lobby. And I think it's 28 count Whitshilt from Hobby Lobby. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And I'm using the called for, and I guess I still need a few DMCs for it. And this, I got that frame done for Deck the Halls. So it won't take long to do just little things. And look at all the floss for this. That's all the called for floss. It's all DMC. Thank goodness. And I think I need to serge this edge because this is coming apart really easily. So I think that, and that's in a bag I made in October, the end of October at my retreat. And I only had a certain size zippers. Otherwise I would prefer to make it wide rather than tall. But I was making them to suit the zippers, and I didn't want them really small, really short. That limits what you can put in them. So, and then I've got this floss tag. I think that's a Lori Holt one maybe, I'm not sure. And there's my little tag on there. And that is number 21 for Whipco. And then Martha S. Scott. I love this. She is number 26 in my book. I spent yesterday making show notes for me because I forget so much. My brain is still just kind of fried. Oh, let's move some stuff here till I find a picture. There we go. So that's Martha S. Scott, and it looks like it's Gentle Arts. Yeah, and Weeks Dye Works. I love the threads. I love that it's so muted, but this red is kind of muted, but this red has a little vibrancy to it. I think this is Turkish Red. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. So I am stitching this on 32 count Grad Notes by Molly, and I have complained and complained about the 32 count Whitshilt fabric that I'm working on. I think it's 28 count, but I don't think I mind 32 too much. I think I'm only stitching one thread. Yeah, I'm doing one thread over two, where in 36 that's what I do. I always do. So I'm just doing the border here, and again I'm going to try to stitch the border, and then I'll get into some of this. I can't wait. I think I saw Brenda and Laura, Brenda and the Serial Stitcher. I think that's where I saw it originally. One of them was doing it, and I just thought it was so beautiful. Everything, well, not everything, because I was going to say everything that I do, it's because I've seen someone do it, but that's not true, because a lot of the patterns I picked up at Keepsakes I've never seen before, and a lot of them are older. But this is Coal number 17. I'm going to switch pages here. Oh, here's another one of my favorites. And I think this was called already. Oh, no, it wasn't. This isn't one of them. This is number 31. Oh, yes, it is. This was called on Whipco this month. Love it, love it, love it. So before I went to Ohio and Tennessee, no, and Kentucky, I made some floss tags with my name on them, Dairy Barnard. And because at that time I was stitching 2 strands, I put 2 holes in. One to put, when I pulled the full 6 strand out, to pull a strand from, I put that there, and then if I had anything left over, I was putting it there. But now that I'm working with 1 strand on 36 count linen, I'm using a shorter strand, so I just pull the strand out. I just pull it out of here. Doesn't matter which part of it it's out of. But these are the called for colors. Aren't they just yummy? They're just yummy. And this is on 36 count Roxy linen from Evertote. And this is 36 count dirty porcelain. And isn't it gorgeous? I've been ordering a lot of linen. But it's just slightly modeled. If I was from the States, I would look at with your dollar being so strong and ours being so poor, check out Evertote and see what the prices are for you, because you might be able to pick up linen, not too bad price. And here's the Windowsill of Heaven. This is by Rosewood Manor. And this was from Keepsakes as well. I can't wait. I was going to stitch it on a little purpley background, but I decided I wanted it to look clean. So that's why I picked the dirty porcelain. I wanted a clean look, so I picked the dirty porcelain. So this will be worked on this month, fairly quickly here. I did Martha S. Scott already. What did I do with her? Well, we'll have to figure that out after. I don't know what I did with her. But, yeah, this will get worked on this month, so that's good. Okay. And then Saber Ever Stitch. I did a little bit on this the other night. Not too much, because I couldn't find the floss. After we moved everything, I couldn't find the floss for my Welcome to the North Pole. So I had to find something else to stitch on for a few nights. Or maybe one night it was. I don't think it was 2 nights. It was 1 night. So this is Saber Every Stitch by Luminous Fiber Arts. Oops, got my charts underneath. I copy so I can mark up. I did purchase the markup program for my iPad, and I really love it. I think I'm going to scan my patterns in and start using that instead of making copies to mark up. But this is stitched on 36 count fiber on a whim cypress, and I'm using the called for, which are all, well, no, not all. They're Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. So it's a mixture of them. And this is cypress, the color is. So I'm working on the border. I'll get the border done, and then I'll work inside. It's kind of, there's the fabric, the whole fabric. It's kind of, I don't want to say boring, but repetitious and a bit tedious doing the borders. But once they're done, then you get to the fun stuff and you don't have to do any more of the border. That's the key. I kind of often in life, when I'm doing stuff, I'll do the stuff I don't want to do first. And that's kind of our gratitude today, isn't it? You kind of do the stuff you don't want to do so that you can get to the stuff you really want to do. So this is Whipco number 12 for this year. I'm getting quite a pile beside me. Then, number 11 was, or number 12 was Snowman Wisdom. And this is another chart by Sue Hillis Designs. The Christmas, It's Christmas was also by her. And I got quite a bit done on this actually. And there's the pattern. It's an older pattern as well, but this one I'm doing the whole thing. I could break some of this up, but I think it's more effective having the whole pattern. And I'm stitching this on, oh, I don't have that on my thing. This is Kimberly's Blue Gingham by Fabric Flair, and this is sold only at Fat Quarter Shop. But there's where I am. I'm just working on that snowman, so got quite a bit done. We'll get more done when this comes up, and when I finish Welcome to the North Pole, I will have more time to devote to doing other whips throughout the month than just my whip co. This is all, and this time I left them long so I could just pull one strand off at a time. But this is all of the floss for it, quite a bit, and I still need a few DMCs for this. And finally, or this was number 12. This was the 12 starts of Stitchmas. So, phew, that's done. Then I did another start. Once this one was done, Fall Feels, I was at my mom's, and I just turned this over, and this is 14 count Ada from Michael's, and it's modeled kind of oranges and yellows. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I started this. It's another one from Patreon from September of Teresa Kogert. Kogert. Okay. Not yogurt, not Kroget. Nope. Teresa Kogert. Sorry. But it's really pretty. The creation of 1,000 forests in one acorn. Well, I don't know what I was counting. I was using these to count by, and I don't know what I did. But I'm too far over this way, so I don't have enough room this way. So I'm just making changes here. That so then I decided let's sew this crow in, or the blackbird in, and then I'm doing the acorn, which I wanted to finish this morning, but I just didn't have time. And I've got this in that markup program, and I love it. I really do like it. Even though it didn't import it perfectly, I still like the program. I still like that. I was using Goodreader, but you know, it's a pain going between Zoom and marking all the time, where this is Zoom. You press the button, Zoom, and then you can zoom in or pan, and then you press the other button and it marks up. And then you go across the bottom and you click on info, and it shows you how much time you've been stitching, how many stitches you've done, and approximate date at that rate when you'll finish it, and what percentage you've done. Which I don't think is totally accurate, because it's telling me I'm 41% done, and I would think I'm more than 41%, but you know what, I don't care. I'm not that, I am a geek, but I'm just not quite that geeky anymore. I could spend the time and fix it, or I could spend the time and stitch, and I choose to spend the time and stitch. Oh my goodness. So then this is my whip that I want to get finished this month. I hope to get it finished before the beginning of the month, but didn't. This is number 7. I love this. I love this. But I hate stitching it. And I'm stitching it. This was the first piece I ever did on linen. I started it in June. Before that, I was always on Ada. And I didn't iron this. I will as soon as I'm done. I'll press this. But this is what I ordered. It was in, you know when you go to 1-2-3 Stitch or Fat Quarter Shop, and you click the pattern, and then they'll have to buy all the linen and the threads and everything. Well, I clicked that, and this is the linen I was sent, and this is 28 count wood shelt linen in sandstone /T, and I hate it. I hated it. It's so thin, and I know some people will love it, and that's fine, but I just don't. I am going to restitch this. I'm going to frame this, either send it to Michael's or try to frame it myself. All I've got left, let's see, the pattern wide open. All I've got left is this part here, and then these snowflakes, and I'm done. Which probably, if I just sat down a couple of days in the morning, I would get that done. but I am redoing it. I'm redoing it as pieces for little cushions to put in my house at Christmas time. And I don't care if I'm not a stitch in season person. I don't care. I have so much I want to stitch. I just stitch whatever. You know, I just want to stitch. And I want to stitch everything. And I want to get it done right away. But I am going to do it. I'm going to put a picture up here. And it is of a lady on Facebook. I saved the picture, but unfortunately I don't know her name. And she has converted it to pastels. And it is gorgeous. So I'm going to do pastels in all of these and make them into pillows. And I'll put a picture up of where I was before that. And now, oh, here's the rest of my stuff. Just give me a second here. Okay, these are my other whips for the month. Oh, this is hard work. So this is Autumn, Stitching with the Housewives. This was a kit from Fat Quarter Shop. And it came with all the floss, the pattern, the fabric to stitch it on, and the fabric to do part of the finishing. And you got your own bag, and you got a charm, and yeah, so these are the colors for this project. And here's the pattern. I think most of you have probably seen this. I got on late. I didn't get spring and summer. I got fall and winter though. And I think last month, I'll put a picture up here of where I was. It might be over on this side though. But this is where I think I was just done this part. So this is where I am now. I'm ready to start the next house. And this is on my Whipco board as well. This is number 13. And this is number 6 on my Whipco board. So this stitches very quickly though. It's very easy stitch too. It's very fun. So, and I don't care. I don't care if I am stitching out of season. It does not bother me one bit. Maybe once I get more things done in my house, maybe then I'll feel the need to just, you know, stitch when it's that time of year. But right now I want to get so much in my house that it doesn't bother me one bit. So then I come to the garden. This is what I've called my Sunday stitch, but I'm no longer calling it this. Or no, this isn't it. This is one of Teresa Kovacs' patterns. Sorry about that. So this is her pattern, Come to the Garden, her sampler. Love, 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 love it. So, what number is this in my book? 17. So this is stitched on 36 count weeks dye work straw, and I'll put a picture up of where I was the last time I did a video. And I am just on the borders here. Well, actually I'm starting to stitch this flower, and I had to change this color because it is actually, the color called for is what's in the flower, and it's almost identical to the linen. So I changed it out, and I didn't write it in my book yet, so I'll have to figure it out. Oh, here it is. This is DMC 680 is what I'm stitching that border in. So, love this fabric. Love, love, love it. And this is Whipco number 9, and I believe 9 was called this month, so this I'll be definitely working on this month as well. I don't really care for these bags that I made at the retreat. They're just a little too thin. But maybe I'll find something else. Maybe I can use them for another hobby of mine. And then I have Pink Rhapsody or Blue Rhapsody. And this is number 11. And I will talk about this later. I'm just going to put it to the side for now. And then finally my other whip is This Is the Day. And this is my Sunday stitch. And I love it. and I love working on it. And again, I'll post a picture of where I was at the last time we were together. This is on a floss ring that I did, but my glue all bubbled in it. This is my barn, and that's why I call myself Dairy Barn. But you can't really see it. It's not good. I'm going to have to perfect it before I go to Stitchcon, I should say, because it's just too beautiful. Now, this is the days number 10. Is this a project that's in my Whipco? Yes, it is. This is Whipco number 5. And this, you'll see later, but this is stitched on one of my favorite linens, Vintage Country Mocha, 36 count. Picked it up from 123 Stitch, and I am starting to stitch in the house. I finished this big thing of flowers and the goat, starting to stitch in the house, and then maybe I'll go back up to the border after. And then there's also a border right here. And then once you finish the house in this, it should go fairly quickly. Very quickly, because there's not a lot, yeah. So I am no longer doing a Sunday stitch because I do this and then I don't want to put it down. I just love it so much. So I have faith in the Lord, and I do a devotional every day. So I don't feel that I need to have a Sunday stitch. I will do my religious stitches anytime. It doesn't have to be a Sunday. And that way there, I'll be able to work on it in chunks of time rather than a day. I'm no good at that. And that is my Whipco number 5. I've been doing crochet, and I was debating whether I should show you this or if I should just love or tell you. But I decided I want to be honest, so I'm going to show you my mess, and it'll be right up here. I'll show you a picture of the corner to corner baby blanket I made. It's swanky. I think it's because I misunderstood, and I was doing 4 double crochets at the beginning of the row when I started, and then after a while I realized I was only supposed to do 3, and yeah, it's a mess. But it's reality. My granddaughter doesn't care, so she just plays with it, so that's good. But since I finished it, I picked up I'll just switch cameras here. I picked up some wool at Hobby Lobby, and it was Baby Bee brand and Sweet Delight. Yeah, it's all Sweet Delight. And I've been doing granny squares. So I've just been doing a variety of them. I do 4 at a time. So these 4 are the same. And then these 4 are a little bit different. Better keep them in the right order here. What I do is I pick up kind of a color pattern, and then I move this one out and bring this one for the next, and then when I'm through with that color rotation, I start a different one, and then this one here. So I do a group of 4 of them together. But I'm going to have to stop this because I am going to run out of crochet wool soon, and I don't think I'll be going to Minot again until April for the quilt show, so I'll have to start another project. But boy, that light's harsh on there. Is that better? Turn this one down a bit. No, it's still quite harsh. So I've got 4 of those and 4 of these. I do it every morning. I get up, I do my devotional. Oh, that one's one of those. I do my devotional, and then I sit and do a round on 4 of them. On the smaller rounds, sometimes I do 2. And then sometimes I sit and do a bit of cross stitch. And then I go down and walk for a bit on my treadmill and clean up the kitchen, because I often don't do that at night. And throw clothes in the wash if I need to. And then I come upstairs and I work upstairs. So quilting, I put binding on 2 quilts. So for quilting, I put a binding on those 2 quilts, those 2 Christmas quilts that I had, and I have a table runner here that I need to finish putting the binding on, and then it'll be my first finish, I think, of 2024. And this is just like the quilt that I have, but it's just in a table runner, and then at the ends it has Santa at each end. So just kind of cute. And I bought a whole bunch of this fabric. It's like minky fabric or fireside fabric. I bought a big roll of the wide stuff, and I had enough that I could quilt the 2 quilts and the table runner with that fabric. Next, I'm doing Bonnie Hunter mystery. I used to do them all the time, and then when I started working in Regina, I didn't have the time, and so I didn't do them. But I was determined to stay on track with this one, and I was really good. I'm doing it with some friends from a different town, and we've been messaging each other as we do it, and I was really good till Christmas hit, and I haven't done a thing. So the reveal is out, and I will put a picture of the reveal up here, and it's a beautiful quilt, but I just have all the pieces made here, and it's red, white, and blue. Hers is, but I thought, and no offense, but I live in Canada, and I thought it would look too patriotic, like for an American, and I just felt like I wasn't sure. But you know what, it doesn't. It looks beautiful, and if I were an American, I would want it to be patriotic. And I don't mean to offend anybody. It's just, so I subbed the brown in for the red. And now I'm wishing I had done the red because it looks amazing. But probably tomorrow or the next day I'll start working on this again, and you'll see it next month, because I hope to have at least the top done before my next FlossTube. I spent a fortune at Jingle Ball. Oh my goodness. I have so many patterns. I don't need to buy another pattern for a while. But anyway, this is my binder. I printed everything that I bought out. So I bought the Jingle Ball baubles, and 12 ornaments. And I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, I start to get into the what are those called? The charts. So I can't show you that, but I can show you the back picture. And the main reason I bought this whole pattern is for this red panda. My granddaughter has a red panda that she's had since she was a baby, and it's her special stuffy, Randy Cutie Pie. I bought this. I love this. I've seen it before, and I just love it. So I picked that up by Tiny Modernist. I'm a fox person. I love roosters, chickens, and foxes, which is kind of stupid because foxes like to eat chicken. But I love them, and so I had to get this, Clementine the fox. Then I had to get Coulter the fox. Then I had to get the Family Fox by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And then by the Blue Flower. I love blue flower patterns. I think I love everything. I picked up the 12 Cats of Christmas. I'm going to stitch some of these and perhaps give them to my mom next Christmas. I picked up, what was this one? Merry Meerkats. They're just so darn cute. Fa la 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 la. I picked up Flowers, Language of Flowers piece. Beautiful. That would go well upstairs at Christmas. I picked up Sleeping Bee. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Then Teresa Kogut. Like, I'm her Patreon, so I have all their Patreon patterns since September, I think, or maybe August. And I signed up with Liz Matthews in September or October, so I get those. But you guys see those all the time on the internet, so I don't need to really show those. But this is from a Jingle Ball exclusive. Greetings from Saint Nick. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we've got Home for Christmas. Santa's young buck. That is so cute. Stuck Santa. I don't know if you can see that really well. See, this is a problem I have. Country Santa. Believe. I could not believe when I saw my credit card statement how much I spent. Strutting. This is so cute. Look at the attitude of the reindeer. It is so cute. The Magic of Christmas. Satsuma Street Holiday Glow. That is incredible. Luminous Fiber Arts. A Perfect Christmas. Comfort and Joy. Love, love, love. My mom would love that too. Oops. Merry and Bright. Merry Christmas. This is Jeanette Douglas now. Christmas Cheer Pin Pillows. These will stitch up fast. Which, when I go to my plans, you'll know why I want a few fast stitches. 2023 Christmas, A Merry Little Tree. Good Tidings. Trim the Tree. I love this. I love this. Ink Circles, Merry Christmas, Arranging Ornaments. So cool. This I'm doing up. This is a Holly Jolly Mandala. I'm going to do it with a red background though. You'll see in my haul. Ink Circle Stained Glass Christmas. These are cute. They're on my radar to do, not to do right away. These I'll do later because they'll involve a lot of stitching. This is incredible. To All a Good Night. I wish that I had gotten in on her tree one, but I am glad that I have this instead. I know a lot of people said the plaid was a pain to stitch, but I don't care. I'm going to stitch it. I love this. Santa and the Woolmakers. This is a collaboration with her mother, Kathy Barrick, and I love Kathy Barrick patterns. Humbug. So cute. Quaker Snowflakes. I might do that on white, red too. I'm not sure. Deck the Halls. Christmas Wishes. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then this stars cushion here. Go Tell It on the Mountain. That's another song I love. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. I love that. And that was it. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. A lot of printing that day. Oh, it's stuck there. And I do have a binder for Teresa Kogut and Liz Matthews for their patterns I get from Patreon. But as I said, everyone has shown all of those, so I don't think I need to show those. So then I have all my fat quarter stuff and 1, 2, 3 stitch stuff. I have Winter. And that's Stitching at the Housewives. It's that club that I had for fall. And again, I'm going to switch my camera down here. And I haven't even taken this out. I haven't even looked at it. Isn't that terrible? But you get a charm. This is the floss for it. This is the fabric to finish it. And this is that thin white pine board 28 count even weave to stitch it on. And there's the pattern. So this will get done this year for sure. It's kind of nice you get your own bag too. I'm in their club for next year too. Then I got Lori Holt stitch cards. S, set S. So I just got to make sure that, okay, so you've got this mittens, a sled, snow, and a snowflake upside down. That. And that's another club I have through Fat Quarter Shop. And I may be stitching, I don't know. I might stitch a lot of these this year. I might stitch, oopsie, for my paper. Well, I guess we'll do that after. Put it to the side. Fat Quarter Shop had a sale and in November for Blackbird Designs, and I filled my cart up with them, but I did not buy right away, and then half of them were already sold out. So here's what I did get, because I am doing those garden club series from Blackbird. I think I might have 1 and 2, I can't remember. So this is number 3, Honeybee. And if you look, this is stitched on 2 different pieces of linen and then sewn together. And then these are all different linen and sewn together, but I think I'm finishing them as cushions. I don't think I'll do the 2 pieces of linen, but you know, I am known to change my mind. And I'll leave them out of their packages. Then we've got number 5, Butterfly Garden, another beautiful one. And look how they stitched the butterfly separate now. Garden Series number 10, How Does the Lily Grow? Gorgeous. I love that chickadee there. And it looks really good sewn together, but I'm not doing that. I don't have a lot of wall space in my house. Fairy Garden. This is number 11. So cute. So cute. And there, and you can see that sewn together. And that looks awesome. It really does. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. I don't know. Then we've got number 3 in the Christmas Sampler series, Bringing Good Cheer. I wish I didn't have all that glare. And then we have Loose Feathers Autumn, which I didn't realize that they're sewn together, so I need to get part 1 and part 3 because it starts at FG here. But you can stitch just them separately. So I got those. And then I picked up a quilting pattern, The Quilted Witch by Lori Holt. I love this quilt, and I was going to buy the kit, but with the exchange it was quite expensive. Worth every penny, but it was still quite expensive. And I thought, I have a lot of Lori Holt fabrics at home, so I think I'm going to use my fabrics and just buy what I need and do it. But it's awesome. It's all pieced. It's just like, look at the broom and her skirt. It's just beautiful. So, and there's the yardage. So that was it for patterns, which is enough. You know, it's enough. And then for my floss, okay, well, I guess before I do my floss, I'll do this. This is a stitch counter, and it's 2 needles. I can make these. I just wanted to see how it was made. And then it's got some I would think that's Valdani, I think, cotton thread, and then you just got a bead cap and a bead. But that, on some of those that you've got a long way to go, I think this will be nice to have. Then, where do I start? Okay, I'll start at the beginning. So I'm a member of the Floss Fix Club for Fat Quarter Shop, and this is November's. Oh, these are yummy. So they're doing it alphabetically. So by the time you're done, you'll have all the floss. So it's just a way to collect. So that's November's. Floss Fix. Here's December's. And we're still in the C's. Yeah, we're still in the C's. So they got a long way to go. That's good. Then I'm a member of their Floss Frenzy, which is Weeks Dye Works. So here is November's Weeks Dye Works. I think the December one. Oh, it should be here any day, actually. It takes forever to get things here. And this was the November, yeah. So that's beautiful too. So I got all those floss to add to stash. And then the charts that I've been buying, I've been kitting up as I go. So these are the Weeks Dye Works that I needed for those charts. But I think I'll put them into stash and I won't kit the charts up right away, because I have enough stuff to work on. And then these are the classic Colorworks and the General Arts floss that I needed. And I got these from 123 Stitch, because 123 Stitch, I have never had to pay duty at the border or like the brokerage fee and GST and PST. Back order shop I always do. So, and it's only $4.95 to ship from 123 Stitch. So I try to get as much as I can there. And then these are the General Arts. This brick is pretty. So I'll have a good start if when I start those charts. And then this I picked up because I wasn't sure if I was going to the city, and I can't remember what start this is for, but I picked up this DMC 939, and it could be that maybe I just couldn't find it at Walmart, at Michael's, so I picked it up, but really it's 66 cents a skein at 123 Stitch, and I think it's 79 cents a skein at Michael's, so it's much cheaper for me to buy it at Michael's with the exchange. So then I picked up a few notions. They're out here. And remember, this is 2 months. And it's going to stop. Because I need to stop shopping or I'll never be able to go to StitchCon. So I picked up, and I'm a Lori Holt freak, if you can't noticed. So I picked up her 5-inch scissors because they're cute. And they're pink. Oh, it says coral. But they're really nice scissors. And you can see it's inscribed on there with them. But they're beautiful. It's a beautiful feel. And this is all like enameled. Just beautiful. Then I picked up her pin holder, in pink. These I picked up and just forgot to show it the last, my last FlossTube. This is that Quilted Witch that I got the pattern for. And this is a needle minder. It's huge. And it's actually meant more for your scissors. So I put it on the mat beside me. I keep a board, one of Lori Holt's project boards. I keep that beside me, and I put my thread on it, and I can put my scissors on there. Whoops. And then I've also got the little tomato, because I stitch downstairs too. So, and that's like, these are strong magnets. Isn't that cute? I think I've got some Halloween and fall projects downstairs, so I think I'll use this one on my downstairs stitching, which is always 14 count. That's what I stitch downstairs. And then I'll put this one upstairs. And then my mom gave me just a couple of hoops at Christmas time, which I love. I love working in these little hoops, and I really like to be able to keep them with each project. So that's that. And then, okay. I got linen. I got linen. And I got fabric. So, look at that. So I'm going to go through what I wrote down and we're going to go through it that way. So this is 36 count weeks dry work, and this is 18 by 13.5. I think that's a fat 8th, I believe. And this is in, I don't know why I didn't order it in a fat quarter, but this is in that gray, which it's called now. And I love it. I love that color. It looks old, it looks worn, it looks like it's been around for years. So I'll put that there. And then I'm in her, one of her fabric clubs now. And I don't know why. I don't know why I say I click 30 count, because I don't stitch on 30 count really, but it's okay. It'll be okay. It's a beautiful color. And this is Weeks Dye Work Angel Hair. And this is a fat quarter of it. And I did contact them. We're going to do 36 count from now on. I love this. This is a beautiful color. Then I got 36 count Vintage Country Mocha in a fat quarter, because I love this fabric. I love this linen. So it's just beautiful. One side's modeled, one side's not. So I got that. So as you can see, I'm trying to build myself up a linen collection, because I have nowhere to go to get linen. And this is her Picture This Plus club, and I decided to do fat 8s in this one. That way I got 2 a month, and I to learn the colors too. Like if you really like it, you'll order a fat quarter, right? But this is $21.25, and it is in Edinburgh, and it's Ariel, this is called. And again, it's 36 count. Isn't that gorgeous? That's beautiful. That snowflake one, or the snowman one, would have looked great on that. And then this is Picture This Plus Velt. And again, 36 count. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Look at the green. It's green and tan, and oh, beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my fabric markers, and I'm going to write the name on here, as well as I'll staple this to it so I know. Otherwise, you know what happens. So then I go on Dyeing for Cross Stitch's website every month to see what her linen of the month is. And I saw this red, and I absolutely loved it. But it looks more rusty to me, and I got the opal. And I think it'll be beautiful when I stitch things on it, but I am wishing that I didn't get the opal, because I got a yard of this. I got 27 by 36. And, but you know, some of those kind of Quaker things that you stitch just in white, I think will look nice on there. It is beautiful. It is really gorgeous. So I ordered, that time I ordered a yard. And then December's was this, and it's gorgeous, but I only ordered a fat quarter of it. And like these are a one and done kind of thing. Look at that, the green, it's beautiful. And her prices are reasonable, and she ships like fast, right away. She ships. So I picked up those. Okay, then I'm not going to shop like this anymore. I just can't afford to keep doing this. I picked up 36 count, what's that called? French hen. And I picked up a fat quarter of this. This is cool. And this is from Evertote, Roxy Floss. I love that. That is gorgeous. They have beautiful, their linen, it just feels so good. And this is Panettone, and it's a quarter yard as well, a fat quarter. So this has got kind of almost a peachy corally kind of modeling in it. I have been stitching on some of their linen, and I have to say I really like it. Then I picked up this cocoa, and I'm going to put this to the side for a few minutes. We'll talk about that later. Then from 123 Stitch, I picked up 1/16 of a yard of 32 count lamb's wool linen for that teeny Santa or tiny Santa. I got the pattern last month, and I must have forgot to take this out of my cart because I've decided not to stitch on that. But I will stitch stuff on it. This is a very neutral color, so it's fine. But I saw someone stitch it on this fabric. So I picked up 1/8 of a yard of 40 count blush Newcastle linen. And I could only get it in 40 count, and I've never stitched on 40 count. So we'll see how it goes. I may end up doing it on there if I can't see it well enough. And then 123 Stitch, I picked up the Country Vintage Mocha, again a 1/4 yard, because I love it. I can't have enough of that one. And then I picked up 36 count Regency Edinburgh linen. I don't know how to say that for some reason today. It's a very good neutral. A little bit of greenish tinge to it. Just beautiful. It'll be good for samplers. And then this one, I had kind of in mind one of the oh, what is it called? The hollow. Everyone's doing all of those, but I can't think of the name now. But I was thinking of one of their patterns. It's by Kathy Barrett. Not Sleepy Hollow. Fox Run, no. Hawk Hollow? Hawks Run Hollow? Hawk Run Hollow? Can't remember, but I was thinking of doing one of theirs. I was actually thinking of doing the map of it on here, which I don't even have the chart yet. But this is beautiful. This is gorgeous linen. What is it called again? It is Country Count, 36 count Cyprium? Edinburgh linen. What's the difference between Edinburgh and Belfast, I think it is? I don't know what the difference is. So anyway, then I got my fat quarters from the fat quarter shop. So I've been kind of building a bit of a collection. Okay. Okay, lots here. I had signed up for these before they even were produced, but these are Fig Tree, and this is Linen Cupboard, and it's just a lot of neutrals, but with a bit of color to them. So these would be good for backgrounds. And then I did the eyelet bundle as well, because I thought these would be good for cross stitch projects, because they're just little eyelets. Like, I don't know if I can find a scissor here. Okay. So you can see that it's just little dots, like little eyelets. So I think it would be good for backing cross stitch projects. These ones here I might take and put with these to use as backgrounds. I've got a few quilting projects that I need lots of backgrounds for. So we've got those. Then I picked up, I'm a member of the Fat Quarter Shop, Lori Holt Fat Quarter Bundle Club. So this is my November, and that's all of the, it's a good way to build up Lori Holt's fabrics, and you know, like, I'm in love with her. This is the December, which has got some Christmassy colors in. And then this is Happy Little Stitch Shop's Fat Quarter Club for December. So these are really pretty. These would be good for Christmas quilts. And these are all Lori Holt fabrics. And I get those every month. I get, I don't know how many, 10 or 12 fat quarters from each of those companies once a month. And then I bought Prairie Shirting's fat quarter bundle for backgrounds of Lori Holt fabrics, just really neutrals, as well as Background Builder fat quarter bundle. So you can see I've got to stop shopping like this because I want to go to StitchCon and I want to go to the Minot Quilt Show in Minot. The Minot Quilt Show in Minot. The Quilt Show in Minot in April. So let's, oh, before we do that, let's look at this. So I ordered this 32 count Coco Loco linen. And I ordered a 1/4 yard because I'm really struggling with this Pink Rhapsody. This linen is so tight. I don't know what count it is, but I'm really struggling. Like, look how tiny those stitches are. So I think I'm going to do it on this 32 count. And I actually think the colors will pop more. And this is, it's actually called Blue Rhapsody, but I'm doing it in pink. But I think I like this color choice better. And then this, I'll take my stitches out and I'll take it to StitchCon with me and put it on the giveaway table. But that's my plan. We'll see how it works. I know dark fabrics are harder to stitch on. That's why I went to a 32 count, which is probably a 36 with a die. Hopefully. So let's switch cameras here again. So I just said that I need to stop shopping because I'm just spending way too much money. And I have decided to do whipcord this year. And my goal in each of my vlogs is to spend 5 days on a project or a finish, whichever comes first. So, and then my reward when I get a line, each line I get, and then the total blackout, is to put $100 away for cross-stitch patterns so that I'm not buying them all year, but at the end of the year, whatever money I have, I can spend on cross-stitch patterns or if I need floss or whatever. So I'm really going to try hard not to hit that buy button because I really need to start putting some money away. And that being said, I've kept all the clubs that I'm in and have joined Country Cottage Ornaments Pastel Collection and Sayings of the Season at the Fat Quarter Shop. So I've joined those, so I'll still be getting stuff in the mail. And I've also started the Fabulous House Stitch Alone, and I'll put pictures of these up here as I talk, by Cottage Garden Samplings, and It's Snow Time by them as well. And then finally, geez, I'm just sweating here. Happy Little Stitch Shop is doing a Gentle Arts Floss Fix, so I'm going to join that as well. Okay, on to my other plans. Oh, I've got so much stuff here, I can't even see my stuff. I turned 60 this year. I can't believe it. What happened? Like, I never worry about my age. Like, 3 years ago, I was 57. But I was sure I was 58. I did that when I was 38, 37 too. I was sure I was 38 all year. But when I was 57, I even changed it on a doctor's form that I was 58. I just think they must wonder where my brain is, you know. But anyway, I'm going to do a hashtag called 60 for 60, and I'll put it across the screen here. And I'm going to try to finish 60 projects this year. And those projects may be quilted. They may be crocheted, and they may be cross-stitched. And a finished counts if I finish the top. If I finished cross-stitching a project, that's a finish. It doesn't have to be an FFO. But if it becomes an FFO, I can't count it twice. I can only count it once to finish. So that's about 5 projects a year that I have to do. And if any of you want to join in, I'd love to see what you're working on through the year. And it doesn't even have to be your 60 for 60. You can just use the hashtag to show what you're doing. I would love that. But I have a jewelry channel. I make my own jewelry. I've got some of it on today, and I've got a bracelet on. But I'm not doing it on my jewelry channel. I don't want to stress myself out trying to get 120 projects done. So I'm just doing it for my sewing, my quilting, my cross stitch, and my crocheting. And that's where I'll do it. And then in news, I'll be attending another quilt retreat in February. But that's about it. Phew! Thank you for watching. And if you've made it to the end, please consider subscribing and liking and leave a comment. I don't get any comments. I hope to get a video done in the first 2 weeks of February, and then I want to try doing them once a month, because then I don't have so much stuff. So please be sure to ring that bell if you subscribe, so that you get notified when I put up a video, because they may not be regular. But that's it. Oh, I should show you my 60 for 60 form that I made up on Excel, so that I can track. It's about 5 pages, and I can track all my projects that I'm doing. So when I finish that table runner, that's number 1. When I finish Welcome to the North Pole, which is almost finished, that's number 2. I hope to do a few bags this week. That could be 3, 4, 5 even. And I've got my 5 for the month. And that's why I was looking at those simpler cross-stitch projects, Christmas ones, that I can do up and get those done, so that I'm done. I got 60. So anyway, thank you for coming along. I'm just going to get my computer going here. I wish you lots of love and happiness until we meet again. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.